yeah. Would be? We watched quite a lot of Hollywood nuclear movies, so go ahead, Brad.
Well, I mean, we certainly played with a lot of...
Do you want to repeat the question?
Oh, the question was, do we consider using on the beach as well as, in addition to Dr. Strangelove?
And what would be the, is that kind of scenario realistic at all? If there had been in all that?
On the beach? Well, San Francisco would not be standing. If, as you recall, one sailor gets off the sub and swims to San Francisco because it's his hometown.
So that's everybody in the world essentially being killed.
Oh, well, it depends on how many missiles are launched, because you have the, if you have enough of them, then you have the nuclear winter issue, and those who survive the initial onslaught are going to die in over a couple of years because there'll be no food. So, yes, actually, more or less. I'm sure there's some exaggeration there.
Yes, in the back, sorry.
Do we know how many of the countries that have capability also have kind of launch capability that a mistake, or 20-second mistake, when they got the missiles in the air?
The hair trigger.
How many countries, do we know how many countries have their missiles on launch ready alert? Is that the question?
Have an accidental...
Most countries do not. Russia does, we do. You know, China, I think, would take, I think it's between 1 to 3 days to ready a missile. Pakistan does not keep their fissile core with the missile, so that would take some time.
So then, wouldn't it be a logical first step to have the U.S. and Russia get rid of that part?
Yes.
Yes.
As quickly as possible? And is there a motion, is there somebody moving in that direction to try to make that happen even before everyone agrees to start reducing the volume of Russia?
Yes, it is one of the issues that are, they keep putting out there trying to make it happen, but so far it hasn't.
The treaty that they're hammering out now, the U.S. and Russia, they're talking about decreasing those numbers, which are about 1,600 on alert, by reducing them by 1/3. So we'll see what happens when it comes out.
I'm just wondering, in your research for the production, what was the most shocking thing you uncovered?
Question is, what was the most shocking thing that we uncovered in the research? I don't know. There are quite a few shocking things.
I'm not telling that.
I would say, I mean, for me, I think the Goldsboro event was quite shocking. That, you know, the one where you see the bomb in the tree. That the one of how many safety switches?
There were six safety switches and 5 failed. 6 safety switches, of which 5 failed. So, and Kennedy was president at the time, and that prompted a lot of more safety devices to be installed, and they also talked to the Soviet Union about doing the same with theirs.
And I think for me, it's kind of, and hopefully that's also your experience with the movie, is kind of the cumulative effect, where you see all of these incidents in many ways, whether it's unstable countries, whether it's accidents, you know, that really, with these weapons being in existence, then we're all in danger. And also how recently some of these issues, like the B-52 bomber that flew across the United States not knowing that it had nuclear weapons on it. Oops. Oops. They didn't know. The people flying the plane had no idea. So that was quite shocking to me. I'm probably getting close to wrapping up, but yes, sir.
You have at least 2 former CIA intelligence people, including
Yes.
Valerie Plame.
Yes. Valerie Plame was at our premiere, actually.
That leads me to wonder if you had any sense of the sentiment amongst people who are still in the intelligence community, not just ours,
Right.
but internationally, and wishing you well, at the very least. I don't expect you to acknowledge that kind of cooperation.
No, the question is noticing CIA officials in the film and what kind of support we're getting from CIA officials and equivalent in other countries. We're definitely getting support from, you know, folks within the U.S. In terms of international support, then I know there's definitely groups that are becoming more and more active and concerned about this issue. And that is international. Part of I mentioned the conference that we're having in Paris next week will have folks from all international countries going to be there talking about the importance of the issue. So, thank you all so much for coming. So, and remember, www.takepart.com/countdown to 0. Thank you.